I don't know if I've ever seen that.
in The Color of Money. That's what two movie things are.
There's no entry for pool hall, so I'm gonna try public house. You got anything on your end?
Let me see. Well, first, let me give a setting of to who Paul Newman was in that. He was a pool hall ace who did real good, and then he got blinded by something and got messed up by minutes sort of fast and all of that. And then years later, he was in a movie where he was mentoring this young and upcoming cool guy, cool guy, which is Tom Cruise in the movie. And during the movie, he wanted to do good and become a pool ace once again at his old age.
When did you first see that movie?
I first saw that movie, it had to be in the 80s.
So when you were young.
Yeah.
It obviously left an impact on you.
Yes.
Do you play pool?
You know, I used to play pool. I used to play pool a lot. I used to play pool when I was in 1997 through 2000.
Why'd you stop?
Pool hall closed.
Oh, that one over there in Avenel?
In Avenel, yeah.
Yeah, I'm familiar. I used to go there sometimes.
Yeah, yeah. It was a very good pool hall.
As far as pool hall goes.
Yes, I agree. And I'm looking for pool if there is something on pool hall. As mentioned in the dream, there was a police angle in it, and we're gonna discuss about this. In my book that I'm reading, A Pocket Guide to Dreams by Philip Caucus and Douglas Caucus, it says, and I quote, policemen below traditionally symbolize protection and security, and the appearance of a uniformed police officer, uniform, a uniformed officer in our dreams, is an omen that help may arrive from an unexpected source. They also warn those with an important decision to make the choice, the option they know to be right, rather than the one that feels easiest.
That's interesting. Out of Gustavus Miller's book, 10,000 Dreams or What's in a Dream, the entry under police is as follows. If the police are trying to arrest you for some crime of which you are innocent, it tells that you will successfully outstrip rivalry. If the arrest is just, you will have a season of unfortunate incidents. To see police on parole, to see police on parole, that's weird, indicates alarming fluctuations in affairs. So, would you say that Paul Newman and whoever was involved were they caught eventually in the dream?
They weren't caught. I woke up and they were running.
So they were being pursued.
They
So
were
there's
being
no.
pursued.
Yeah, so I guess it's basically like alarming fluctuations.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that was an interesting dream, um, and different ways of looking at the images in that dream. It only goes to show for the future, our fellow listeners, that when you keep a dream journal, you want to try to be as detailed as possible about that dream as soon as possible after waking to get the most details. Because whereas we have a decent outline, these are very short entries, so it's difficult to extend analysis beyond other than to ask Joe himself, like, well, what did you feel about the dream? Like, what was the interpretation? So those questions are very limiting over time because these dreams are from a long time ago.
A long, long time ago, about roughly about 10 years.
Yes, well, that's the point. So 10-year-old dream journal with low res is only going to give you so much. So if you should keep a dream journal for the purposes of this, try to be more involved in the description and the detail.
Yes, I certainly.
Yeah, dig it. So this has been Journal of the Dreamscapes on the Joseph Evaldi Network. I'm Ricky Bearhart. There are things falling all over the studio.
Bear with me for a second, folks.
Yeah, so
Joseph Evaldi is gonna step out of the office, and when I come back, and friend of the network is gonna step on the podcast. Joe Baxter.
oh, I see. So I'm Ricky Bearhart, and I'm an emissary from the Okanus Network. Check out the Okanus Network on Spreaker.com. It's a podcast network with 5 running channels. Oakwood's Afternoty is going to feature audiobooks from the first novel by Richard Andrew Olgus and David Michael Lockwood Jr., Malthoria Volume 1. That's in the works right now. On another channel, Quantum Posy, we have the poetry and spoken word of Richard Andrew Olgus. That stuff is up there now, and we're adding bits to it all the time. The Court of Pharaonic Eyes, our spirituality channel, where we interview people of different spiritual practices and find out what they're into in this era of ours. This materialistic age in which we live, where spirit is chiefly denied. On the Court of Pharaonic Eyes, we talk religion, specifically orthodoxy and counter-orthodoxy. What you accept about your faith dogmatically, what you're not sure of about your faith or your belief system, your religiosity. And last but certainly not least is Temporality's Shadow, the paranormal investigation podcast where Twilight Cricket reads into a spirit radio who is host of the show. And you slow down the playback and hear the records of quote-unquote vocal anomalies. Check it out on the Okanus Network. The Okanus Network, audiobooks, poetry, spoken word, paranormal investigation, talks, a creative baptism for every day. Spreaker.com, and for the books, Amazon Kindle. Check it out today, folks.
This is Joe Baxter, race reporter, and I am on a podcast of Joseph Evaldi, the Journal of the Dreamscapes. He had problems where he was dropping stuff all over the studios of the Okanus. And he asked me to plug some stuff for him. He asked me to plug A Soul Warrior's Journey, which is a story about a person with addiction problems who bumps into an acupuncturist. He helps him with some of his problems. And also there is a murder mystery in it with the story of Mateus and his wife. It is a very good tale. It will soon be on Audible and iTunes if it is not there already. And also, there are many good stuff on the Joseph Evaldi network, such as this show, Journal of the Dreamscapes. And also, there is Spiritus Holographica. There is Inspirations with a Jabber. There is Ricky and Wolfman. There is Totem Wolf and Bearheart. There is a whole lot. And as I leave it there, I am going to go off this podcast and I'm going to bring back Joseph Evaldi to finish the podcast.
Joe Vexter is definitely hitting the Joe real hard.
I think Joe Vexter is Joseph Evaldi. I think Joe Vexter has been having too much caffeine.
Sure sounds like it. But you know what? That could just be his own personal enthusiasm for the Joseph Evaldi network.
I agree.
The Joseph Evaldi podcast, the Joseph Evaldi blog, the Joseph Evaldi way of life.
Yes.
Maybe that's just his own exuberance at how amazing it is. Who knows? This has been Journal of the Dreamscape, and I think we're just about out of time for today.
That's all. As Porky the Pig would say, that's all, folks.
Take that, put that in your pipe, and smoke it there, kiddies. All right, farewell.